All 98.7, it's Harms. Sitting to my right is a musician, an actor, a father, Renaissance man, Machine Gun Kelly.
Thanks.
Absolutely. An avid reader.
Thank you. Yeah.
Absolutely. Exciting week for you, my man. The new record is out. For us today, it's out on Friday. Whenever you watch this, it's coming. It's here.
It's out. Hotel Diablo.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Apparently, I liked it enough to get tattooed out of my head.
I saw.
No, I love it, man. I'm really proud of it. I'm proud of it. I feel like it's an evolution album for me, like a mature album. Definitely realized that. I don't know if you saw the cover, but it's like a kid picture of me, and I realized that ended up being the picture that became the cover because it felt like I was addressing some things from as a kid that I wanted to say the whole time, and 4 albums later, I guess, was the time I chose to do it.
Yeah, what are some of the themes that you touch on in this record lyrically? Were there things going through your mind, stories you wanted to tell?
Yeah, I had been through something business-wise that hurt me deeper than a different type of hurt that I never knew. Someone so close to me just did me really wrong, and I wrote the song Hollywood Horror about it. And I Think I'm Okay. It was funny enough, like we're sitting there like searching for an anthem and in different ways, and then like the anthem ended up coming from these simple guitar chords and me just kind of like saying, I'll never forget when I was like, watch me take a good thing and mess it all up. And one night everyone was like, whoa, like that line right there. Because before the YungBlud and Travis Barker thing came to life, which I already had in my head the second I started laying that song, I was like, I have to have them on it. But like the watch me take a good thing and mess it all up in one night line was like so strong at first that we like almost just kept it at that though.
Yeah, man. No, absolutely. It's funny. YungBlud was sitting in this exact chair about a week
ago. Oh, is this where that interview was? Yeah, I watched that. Yeah, that's my boy.
It was right here. And the way he described it, man, he said it was a whirlwind. He said it just kind of happened. It was super quick. It was real organic, and it felt good the whole way through.
Yeah, he freestyled his verse, man. He came right in. He didn't even knock on my door. He just walked in. The house, one of my friends found him in the living room, brought him in. I'd already planned this session with Travis, and I was like, but I have this vision of you on the song. Just listen to it real quick. Tell me what you think. I played it once. He was like, yeah, press record, and he went in and freestyled his whole verse, man. Even that ending part, the you'll find that was all him just riffing.
Dude, it seems like you guys are very much kindred spirits.
Totally.
Absolutely. When did you first meet, and kind of how did you realize that you guys had that connection?
Well, I was messaging him about that song, like being like, dude, I got to meet you. I'm a big fan. And he gave me that, reciprocated that same energy. And I just kept, waiting for him to come to the States. And the day he came back to the States, I like messaged him so many times. He was like, all right, mate, I'll come over. And he came through. And then we did I Think I'm Okay the first day we met.
It's bonkers, man.
And it's crazy because the album notebook that I wrote the album in, his writing is on the first page of that whole notebook.
Really?
And it's his lyrics to I Think it was when he was like because I played it once and I had to go grab like an extra pair of headphones. So while I was doing it, he's like, you got a pen? And he was just like writing some ideas. And so like if you look at the first page of the album notebook, it's like, I think it's the Roll Me Up, Smoke Me Love lyrics.
That's not the Netflix notebook, is it?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm. No. This one's it's a blue Hermes notebook. It's a nice it's interesting.
I read a lot about this guy before we started, so I know there's a Netflix.
That's
notebook.
crazy. Yeah, because Netflix gave me a notebook, and anytime people give me things to write in, I'm always jotting stuff down and writing. So.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned Hollywood Horror, another song on the album. The video, there's a very, very clear and very poignant message about Chester Bennington from Linkin Park.
Right. I mean, kind of like an Easter egg we put in there. I mean, I guess it is, but we flash it in, and if you haven't seen the video, it's in the middle of the video, just kind of flashes his name, and we didn't want to make it, this dramatic ending or anything, and it wasn't really it wasn't supposed to be for anybody else really other than us, and then us kind of letting the fans know that, you know, these chords you're hearing are me clearly giving tribute to that band and what they had done with my career, and, you know, the idea of that tour that we were about to go on for me always is gonna have a place in my heart, you know, because we also were doing it, like previewing it in Europe together. So, you know, you hear Hollywood Horror and you hear the almost like a tribute to Numb in it, you know, and that's just me playing that sound and kind of just me without words and without, you know, making it this obvious thing. It was just me kind of giving a little.
Well, you have covered Linkin Park in the past, and again, for people who don't know, it was about a month before you were scheduled to open up for Linkin Park on a big tour that Chester passed away.
No, he passed 3 days before.
Oh, it was just 3 days. Yeah.
Because we had shipped all of our stuff off for the first day already.
Yeah. Well, here's a question for you, and I thought about this a couple of hours ago, and it made a lot of sense to me. If you got the call, if Mike Shinoda gave you a call and said, "Yo, it's time for Linkin Park to start doing some stuff again," would you help us out? Would you help them out? Is that something you would do?
Yeah, I would help them out, like on an entertainment standpoint, as far as, you know, like maybe rapping some of Mike's part and stuff. But I would never do Chester's vocals.
Sure. I mean,
a friend of mine, I feel like would be appropriate to do that. Austin Carlisle.
Okay.
You know, if anyone knows the band of Mice and Men, those. But they had toured together, and his vocals and Chester's vocals remind me a lot of each other. But I'd probably just stay in Mike's lane, and I wouldn't touch Chester's.
Sure. I Think I'm Okay is the name of obviously the song with YungBlud and Travis that we were talking about a little bit earlier. For people who are just kind of on the fringe familiar with your career, they may be surprised that you're playing guitar, that you're playing, I guess, sort of a rock song, but that's something that you've been, or at least has been in you
hinting
for
at
a while.
for a while.
Yeah. Is that something you're comfortable doing, clearly?
Now I am. Yeah, absolutely. I think when I picked the guitar back up a couple years ago and was presenting it on stage, I just like anything in my career, I felt like I had to really work it into, because people were used to one thing, and then I'm like, no, don't box me in there. And, you know, a lot of my earlier stuff was like jumping off balconies, doing all that, and I was like, when people wanted that was when I didn't want that anymore. So I was like, all right, I want to wow them in other ways. So I was like, I'm going to pick up an instrument, and that became something that whenever that comes out now, people are like, yes. And then the drums happened when I played Tommy Lee in the Motley Crue Dirt movie. So now I play drums in concert for a song, and I'm just definitely trying to brand myself as a all-around musician and not have people used to one thing from me. And, you know, that's why I think I'm okay, is seeing the success that it is, because I've tried to write this song before, and it just took a long time to find the right way to do it. This was the right one.
Yeah, absolutely. You're a busy guy. You mentioned the acting. Is there something you see yourself doing more in the future, music or acting, or are you going to keep doing both?
I'll keep doing both, but I definitely want to find my I think I'm okay of acting.
Yeah.
You know, something that just is really left, because I think when I came with that record, people were like, "Whoa, like, this is a rock record," you know? And I want one of those in movie land. Was
there any influence there from playing Tommy Lee in the Dirt? In the music?
I think there was influence on the stage presence and what I believe can become of Machine Gun Kelly, which is like, if you build it, they'll come. Like, they were doing stadium shows and small clubs, and we've been playing those small theater and club circuits for so many years that when we went out on this tour, I was like, you know what, like, we're gonna build it bigger than life, and most of the venues couldn't even hold our production.
Yeah.
And but every time people would leave the show, they were like, "You guys are next level. You guys are next level." But they're the same venues that you saw us at before. But this time they were just like,
"Awesome,
I'm looking at you different, man." Like, and it's funny. It's literally the same venues. So I'm sure the next one we book will be bigger and better now, because we built it like that.
You still talk to Tommy?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Good dude. I've never met him. Is he good?
The best.
Yeah.
I just did a podcast with him that was pretty. It's pretty gross.
He doesn't hold back, that's for sure. If you have not seen The Dirt on Netflix, Machine Gun Kelly plays Tommy Lee from Motley Crue. All you need to do is watch the first 5 minutes and see the opening scene with this guy, because it is it's kind of like the podcast he just described.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Congratulations on the album, man. Again, where we're recording this right now, we are 3 days from release. You may see this when it's out. What are you most proud about this record today?
That I essentially did this record with my band. Every feature was in studio with us, and that we came to the label with the whole project after it was done, and that everything we had brought wasn't changed because they liked it so much, and that was, that's rare as a signed artist. So I mean, that means that, and it was that means that just being myself was good enough, and so that's like big goal for me.
It's a nice feeling to have. It's a hard feeling to get to.
Yeah,
because
nice you're covering it with all these other things, and you don't realize if you just strip them all away, like you'll that your answer is right there.
Sure. Well, you talk about bringing things to the next level. I feel like that has happened for you musically, certainly with the acting. Dirt was amazing. We're looking forward to the still untitled Judd Apatow, Pete Davidson movie.
I found out the title.
Oh, did you? I mean, if you want to say it, yeah, I feel it. But that's coming next year as well. That should be pretty special. Yeah, man, congratulations on everything.
Thank you.
It's a big
Thank
deal,
you.
dude.
Thanks a lot.
Definitely is. Absolutely. It's Machine Gun Kelly, Alt 98.7.